Ladies and gentlemen, alright, you guys. So here's what we're looking for tomorrow. Before I go for real quick, time and date, Arizona time, and here's what to expect for tomorrow. Breaking it down in simple terms. I'm gonna let you guys read it real quick. Take a screenshot, look at it. By the time you look at it, it's probably gonna be too late. But and I'm not going based off this. I'm just using ChatGPT to explain how and what the data means. A bunch of people see and hear these words when they hear the market or hear investors talk or finance or whatever, whatnot. Um, consumer sentiment, PCI, PP, all these fucking words, right? So, ChatGPT, whenever you have doubt, just go ChatGPT and it'll help you understand it. So, pretty much this data is for inflation. And I heard recently that the Fed just announced how they're they're thinking of cutting rates much sooner in September. So that could also, besides the data coming good this morning, because we had I forgot what data it was. Let me check real quick. Actually, it was unemployment and GDP. Unemployment was low, which is good. Let you know that uh, people aren't applying for unemployment or applying for unemployment. So that's good. Also, GDP came out good. Along that, like I said, the Fed made a comment that they were pretty much thinking of cutting interest rates much sooner. So that's why you see the S&P, they shooting up and close high, and then to give it the last just this whole setup, and then the fact that it was done on the last week of the month, on the last 2 days of the month. So tomorrow's data will give that extra boost, and you'll see the S&P shooting up way higher, creating another new all-time high, and you're gonna see Bitcoin follow behind, unless Trump mentions something or tweets something, because it is gonna be a 3-day weekend, and on this 3-day weekend, anything can happen. That's another thing too that people aren't thinking. This guy has been mentioning about tariffs. He's been talking about tariffs for the last couple of days with China and other countries. He's been mentioning the war with Salvador. Anyways, so there's been a lot of things that he's been mentioning over the week and this last weekend. So don't be surprised. It's gonna be a 3-day weekend, so don't be surprised if Trump does tweet something that's gonna make the market open a little bit lower. Pretty much correcting the market at the same time, because the market did create an all-time high. We're gonna do a correction most likely tonight, but if we do shorten up, I wouldn't be surprised if he does something not this weekend maybe, but maybe next week to correct the market a little bit or whatnot. Because again, he's been talking about a lot about tariffs again and other situations. Also, see, 28 minutes ago, they're waiting. See, if that's good, that's gonna give a clue for interest rate cuts. So investors, that's what they're looking ad for the S&P. People, it's funny when you go into this market, you'll see all these investors or people doing all these crazy words and charts and graphs and this and that, which I have too, a crazy ass fucking graph. But it's really simple. You just pay attention to what data is coming out this week, the high impact market. You see how the market is gonna may react. Investors may react to it by using ChatGPT or just getting the hang of it, knowing what that means, knowing what if there's a high unemployment, what that means to the market. There's too much information when you start doing this shit that people over get stimulated and stop researching or learning this or whatnot. So think about it. The S&P 500 just created a new all-time high. Tomorrow's the last day of the month. Tomorrow's data is only one data, I believe so. I think it's two. No, I think it's just one. I could be wrong. Let me check again real quick. No, I think it's just the PCE data. Okay, so let me break this down. So here we closed the day for the S&P. This orange line is telling me, hey, this is a daily resistance. So as I go in the small time frame, and the candle starts going to that line, price, aka price, I know that it's gonna be a hard price to shoot above. And at the same time, I could then start dissecting the market into sections to where the next hard support is gonna be at. For example, this yellow line right here, this is where we close the market at 2 p.m. So if I go to the 12-hour candle, you're gonna see right here in yellow now. And if you see the time, that's where we close the market today. I mean, last night at 2 in the morning. And then here's where we closed at 2 p.m. today. So I know that from here to here, it's going to be an important area to hold. So then what I do, I start drawing these boxes. And that's what you see right here. These light blue lines are weekly lines. So they're really, really hard to pass. So what I'll do is I'll make a box from the weekly line to the next hard line that I see, which is orange line, which is again, orange line, which is again, it's a daily. So I know that area is going to be hard to pass. And you can see the market, how it reacts to that area. And then my brain does its weird thing and starts seeing where it's going to be at. It starts reading my indicators along with the Fibonacci's and whatnot. Whereas to you guys, it's too complicated. But that's why I take all this crap off. So what we're going to see tonight is it's 10 o'clock. We close a 12-hour candle at 2. So what we should see, well, first I want to see how it reacts from 11:45 to 12:30, or where it's going to be at. Because at this point, 10 p.m., we could just start falling down. And let me see where we have a support. It's pretty much right there, yeah. So we're going to see that. We're going to see 10 o'clock shoot above here, hold this region here. And you're going to see us slowly rallying on up, still being very bullish. Or what you're going to see is 10 o'clock is going to bullshit here. And as we come to 11, it's still going to get stuck, maybe go lower. And once we get to 11:45, 12:30, and we stay below this price right here, which is 6,501, and it's 11:45, 12:30 still, and it starts dropping in more, you start seeing it dropping. We're mostly gonna close here and start dropping down at 2 in the morning, which is where we close a 12-hour candle. From there, we're gonna start recovering because the data is gonna come out at 5. It's PCE data at 5:30, and we have another one at 7. I just can't remember the name, but PCE inflation is the most important one that they're gonna be paying attention to. So by 2 to 3 or 4 or 5, we should start creating this U pattern. As if we drop and we hold below this price, like I said, 11:45, 12:30. But if by 11:45, 12:30, we're shooting up here. That we're most likely gonna hold this area and close here at 2 and slowly creep on going on up. So yeah, pretty much that's this area right here. That's what you gotta pay attention to. That's why I do the boxes. And then I'll move it back. So yeah, that's why I want. And also, since it's a new area, new price, new area, you gotta let the market tell you where the hard areas are gonna be at. And you can look at where it stops. Just look at it as floors, or look at it as, yeah, look at it as floors. Just where it closed. Just imagine there's an invisible wall, or yeah, like a visible wall that goes through here. That every time the market goes up to it, it tries to break through it. Same time when it comes down, either tries to break through it, or the floor is too hard that it creates support on it and it continues going on up. That's how you can see these lines that I made. Just look at them, and every line is the strength of it depends on the color of it and the time, and then the color that represents the time, which time it is, the 1 hour candle, 2 hour candle, 3 hour candle, whatnot. So every line is stronger or weaker than the other line depending what color it is, and the color goes to the times, and that's how my brain fucking remembers them and whatnot. And then now let me go to Bitcoin. Oh, actually, let me see if we go down. So if we have bad data tomorrow, the market is most likely gonna come down. Let me take this crap off because I know it's gonna fucking confuse the fuck out of you guys. There's a trend line right here. Watch. So first of all, we are on a weekly trend line. That's what you see is blue line. And second of all, we are in a trend right now, right here. You can see from it goes from right here, touches here again, touches here again. So tomorrow, if we get bad news, we're gonna break through this. We're gonna come down here to 6,448. From there to there, we're gonna hold, and we're gonna close, recover half of that, or we're gonna break through it and we're gonna close below last week. That's pretty much last week. You guys see the blue line right here? So we're either gonna break through this first last week and close halfway, or we're gonna end up dropping and end up closing by the weekly. Either way, we're gonna close bad, and the market's gonna panic. And if it's good, investors are gonna be happy because inflation is gonna come. They're gonna cut the interest rate. If it's bad, they're gonna get scared because that means interest rate is not coming right now. Let me go now to Bitcoin. Bitcoin and Ethereum is gonna follow the S&P 500. So even though the S&P 500 went up and Bitcoin was going down, if you look at it, it's still hanging out the same area. It didn't do shit. Here's the daily. So daily wise, we've been going down, but we're at that trend line. We're at that trend line. If we get that good inflation data, you're gonna see Bitcoin fly and go back to between this price that you see right here and this price that you see right here. That's where you're gonna see Bitcoin close tomorrow. And if anything, it's gonna go to that price, but it will go up. It will go up, breaking that daily down trend line that I just showed you guys. This one right here. It's gonna break this. If you go to the 1 hour candle, it's right there. So tonight, Bitcoin's gonna bullshit here. And even though my indicator is telling me, hey, look, this is your entry, and it's gonna start going down. As S&P we get that good news, you're gonna see it recovering, shooting up. Same with Ethereum. That's why it's bullshitting by this price right here. Whereas like when you look at it through your phone, you just see price go up and down. You're not seeing these graphs. You're not seeing the Fibonacci's. You're not seeing the support and resistance area. You're just seeing the price go up and down or whatnot. Um, for Ethereum, same shit for Ethereum. You see how it's just bullshitting here? It's making investors, traders, whatever, will not fear, and they start dumping or going on trades for a sell. But as the S&P starts recovering and we get closer to 530 and that data comes out, you will see Ethereum react to it in a positive way. Either it's gonna be something upwards, or it's gonna be, let me see, let me take this shit off. Where you're gonna see something like this, something real quick, or it's gonna be something small. But I don't believe it's gonna be something small. I believe it's gonna be something where it's gonna go up to at least 4,536 or higher. Because also, if you pay attention to it, we are again in that same area that we keep having a hard time breaking, in between the monthly all-time high, actually between these two monthly all-time high areas right here. And if you go now to the weekly for Ethereum, you see how it's testing this last week. Oh, actually, no, this, well, not this week, but the big week before. You see how it's testing it right here. So if you go back to the monthly again, and this is the monthly all-time high right here. And that's 50% right here. The 4-hour candle is 50%. And this 4-hour candle is inside of a 3-candle box. And as long as this third candle still inside of this 3-candle box right here, that's bullish enough. That's bullish. It's still telling you it's bullish. Just like right here, there's a 3-candle box. You see how the third one end up closing inside? Well, may not fucking closing inside. There you see it. Here's another 3-candle box. So that's very important. The fact that this third one closed in here, and this 4 candle closes at 1 p.m. And so that means that it's either gonna close still inside of here, probably maybe drop, or at the last hour close inside here and still be inside that box. And from 1 o'clock till 5, which is the last 4 candle of 12-hour candle, which is very important. Just think about it. At around that time, we're gonna have the data released at 5:30. So it's gonna fucking send, it's gonna fucking send Ethereum shooting on up once the data comes out if it's good. And it's also gonna, there's also a downtrend right here, which then Ethereum's gonna go back to it, and it's gonna start breaking it slowly. And then on the weekend, if we get that good data, and then depending what Trump tweets or whatnot, you should see Ethereum and Bitcoin rally on up slowly. But if by Saturday or Sunday Trump tweets something and you start seeing Ethereum all of a sudden start dumping down and Bitcoin start going down dramatically, or like you're gonna see it somewhere down here in the 4,300s range right here, then that should alarm you that Trump probably tweeted something about tariffs, something about war. I wouldn't be surprised, because again, it's gonna be a 3-day weekend, and all they're gonna do is, all this is just tactics to make you guys dump your stocks, make you guys dump your Ethereum, your Bitcoin, because this motherfucker, if you really understand what's happening in crypto and what moves they're doing and he's doing and his team, his cabinet are doing, and how much money they just pumped into this one coin, and how this all gonna work out, people aren't gonna see this shit. People are gonna see fucking Ethereum, especially Ethereum's gonna be fucking stupid flying. Ethereum's gonna make the new all-time highs just like Bitcoin did. It's gonna go to the 5,000. Actually, it already did to the 5,000. It's gonna go to the to your 7,000 to your 10,000. Watch, that's gonna happen. That's why you're seeing all these big timers buy Ethereum like crazy right now. Anyways, I'm out this bitch pretty much again. As Ethereum and Bitcoin should be following um, the S&P 500, and yeah, like I told you guys, 11:45, 12:30 above this, we're gonna go slowly on up. 11:45 below this line, we're gonna start dumping, test this area right here, and as the market opens, we're gonna go on up or break that trend line, break that support from the indicator, and dump like crazy in between here. Watch. All right. Anyways, people, what's up? Zammy the goat. What's up? All right, there you guys. Hope that made sense. I know that these fucking lines and boxes are complicated. Don't fucking make sense at all. I am planning on making a video, a playlist, breaking it down. I'm gonna hop on with the homies of mine, and together they'll ask questions. And as they ask questions, I'm gonna break down what it means. That way, it's not just a video of me talking and explaining how it works, but on top of that, people actually asking questions live. That way, the viewers that see it later on, it kind of maybe helps you out. Maybe the question that they had is the question that you guys were thinking as you watch these videos. Because my ass, when I do these videos, I don't have time to really look down and answer the questions because I'm so focused on getting this shit out because I know people are going to get confused the more I show my graph. So I try to keep it without the graph. But at the same time, I know I have to fucking show the graph because it shows my support, resistance, trend lines. And visually, you can actually see it. I'm a visual guy, so that's why you see all those boxes and lines. I like to visually see the market in my own point of view. And I didn't get taught from anybody, so I taught myself on how to read the market, how to see the market. I appreciate you guys. Take care.